I have to get used to this. It's a little bit different. But tonight, we are calling on all ambassadors of peace. And I want to make a special shout out to those on our Zoom family. It's very exciting because we're having a cooperative engagement tonight. We are at we have people from the Manhattan Meditation Center as well as Global Harmony House. So it's a double celebration of family together. So I'm going to ask you, are you ready to be an ambassador of peace? Some of you have been to the ribbon cutting of the Peace Embassy booth at Peace in the Park in Central Park on July 28th. But for many tonight, this may be your first encounter with the choice to be an ambassador of peace. We are joined tonight by Sister Anjani, who is the head of the Global Harmony House, Sister Rona of Manhattan Meditation Center, Sister Tina, who designed and directed the Peace Embassy. No, she's saying no, she did. But I'm going to tell you she did. The Peace Embassy booth. So let me give you a little background. How did we get here? A few months ago, the Brahma Kumaris hosted a roundtable discussion at the United Nations. And among the guests was Ruchira Kumbhaj, the India's permanent representative to the UN, and other distinguished representatives and staff of the UN. And Sister Janti headed the group of the Brahma Kumaris that were present. So they gave a lovely program. And then at the end, they said, are there any questions? And if anyone knows me, I always have a question. And I asked Her Excellency why there are no ambassadors of peace at the UN. Yes, there are UN peacekeepers, but they are usually a military force deployed to maintain or restore peace. I think she was taken aback by my question. She was a little fuddled. If you were there, she was like, "Ooh." In fact, just to give you a little background, I have had the opportunity to ask many heads of government their thoughts as to why there are no official government positions of peace. I even got a chance to ask the Deputy Prime Minister of Turkey, what would he think if he met a U.S. Secretary of Peace? But Sister Chanti, as always, in my opinion, rescued the representative's awkward moment when she said, she kindly suggested to everyone present, we can all choose to be ambassadors of peace. So here we are. It's not always the government that has to do it. It's the people. Each of us can make that choice to foster a life of inner peace and thus spread that peace within us. And then by our example, by our thoughts, our words, our action, we let our lives be our message and collectively promote a world that is safer and more peaceful. And now we will show a very special video that was filmed and edited. And it's going to show you some of the new ambassadors in training from our very special day in Peace in the Park. And we're delighted you are here. And if you like what you see, maybe you'll join our training program. I'm being trained to be an ambassador of peace. So hopefully we'll all get together, a little group of us, and it'll grow and grow. So now the video.
Sister Rona, Om Shanti.
Om Shanti.
I'm not able to share it from here. I don't know why. Is it possible for you to share it?
How come you cannot share? Everyone just give us a few minutes.
It is showing up as a separate video, but it's not showing up on the Zoom screen as a desktop. I'm sorry.
From a distance, the world looks blue and green, and the snow-capped mountains white. From a distance, the ocean meets the stream, and the eagle takes to flight. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. It's the voice of hope, it's the voice of peace, it's the voice of every man. From a distance, we all have enough, and no one is in need. And there are no guns, no bombs, and no disease, no hungry mouths.
Being peaceful means to me that the whole world loves and cares about each other.
For me, that's being non-violent and just being kind to others.
To be peaceful to me means that starting from inside, there is a feeling of contentment.
Oh, nice.
And a desire to spread that feeling to others.
To be peaceful means to be at peace within yourself and outside yourself, to love within and outside of yourself.
Being the most peaceable person in every situation. If someone tries to fight with me, I will not fight back.
Peace is everything. The relation between me and the universe is.
Peace in the world means no war, a lot of love and affection, camaraderie, and give and take, understanding, respect, love, purity, and regard for each other's feelings. And of course, the entire world is united by one thing, which is the breath of life, yoga. I think yoga makes a man perfect. It brings in a lot of inner peace and strength, And when you have inner peace, when you are all's right with you, all's right with the world.
To me, harmonious relationships with starting with yourself and the divine, and then with others, and then in the bigger community, and then in the world.
Peace means to me harmony, love, freedom, and coming together as one so that we understand that all of us are more alike than different. And this is really what peace is all about.
Peace means being content with myself and everyone and situations around me. And I will help by first making myself better before trying to help others. And I believe the only way to change, to change things around you is by changing yourself, because you can't change someone else.
Peace means
So the essence of the song is let us take the oath entire and the earth as well as all of humanity are coming from the space of love at all times.
God is watching us from a distance.
contribute through prayer for others and meditation and bringing people together in the best way I can.
So I am actually a representative of a group called HWPL, and we are actively working to promote sustainable peace. We have interfaith dialogues that we do with different leaders. So I will continue to work harder to bring people together from different backgrounds, different religions, so that truly everyone can understand one another and we can really make peace a reality in this world today.
I'll make sure that when I am communing with the Creator, that I know exactly how to be the best human being I can be, and to promote it to all as I serve.
We need to love everyone everywhere.
Because the world's a better place when it is peaceful. Much better.
In my mind, the education around peace has to begin at the earliest of ages. So right now we're working very hard on facilitating a process to accelerate that timeline in the African Union, where they actually have called for peace education, but they're not really doing much about it. So from the outside, we're helping to facilitate that process.
Because it's free, it doesn't cost anything. You can give it. You can be at peace with yourself, and you can love and be peaceful with others. And it's costless, it's painless, and it makes everyone happy.
I commit myself to being non-violent, and I will love everyone.
I will always approach people with kindness, and when people are rude to me, I will understand that they're having a hard time and be kinder to them.
From a distance.
Good evening, everyone. Isn't that an inspiring video? You like this topic, Ambassador of Peace? To be an ambassador of peace. Ambassador, of course, there is the political definition around that word, but it still also means to be a representative of a certain concept, a certain idea, a certain brand, or to promote that. And what is a more worthy thing to promote but peace? But to be able to promote peace, to be able to promote something, we have to live it. Isn't that the easiest way to promote something? You be it. You use it. You think peaceful. You talk peacefully. You behave peacefully. And you live peace. Then you don't need to wear a badge. I am an ambassador of peace. Everyone will get that from you. But of course, a badge helps to get people thinking. It's a nice token. So this initiative of calling all the peace ambassadors started, as you heard, in our annual activity in Central Parks. In Central Park, there was one booth that promoted this idea of becoming a peace ambassador. But of course, then there are always all kinds of discussions and all kinds of ideas that come to our minds, but also we voice them. What truly is peace? Because throughout the ages, there have been efforts to create peace, to bring world peace. The UN has been established to keep peace, to promote peace, to create peace in the world. And sometimes we have all kinds of discussions to create peace, but then we fight amongst each other with words. Peace becomes peaceless or pieces. So it is a very good and actually a very beautiful word to begin to understand deeply and to begin to reflect on it deeply, but also to begin to create a space inside where you experience peace, where you get a feel of what truly peace is. And of course, there are many different ideas, but generally we tend to look outward for these kinds of experiences. We want to be happy, so we buy some ice cream, and then we're happy. No? we want to have peace, so we go hiking in the Catskill Mountains with nobody around. We want to have love, so you find someone who is loving, who can love me. And these tendencies we have to look outside for peace, and it works. If you go to the Catskill and go on some hiking trail, you will find some peace, but temporary. What happens when you come back to Manhattan? What happens? You come back and your neighbors are fighting. Dog is barking all night. That peace that is based on something external is still good, it's still useful, but it doesn't really last. And sometimes it happens, you go on the mountain, you go somewhere, and even though it is beautiful and extremely peaceful outside, inside, still a turmoil. All these thoughts go all over the place. You can't sleep, dreams and whatever. So that true peace and being a true ambassador of peace will have to start inside also. And then we can make a peaceful world outside that is more constant and more sustainable. So we would like to encourage everyone who wants to be a true peace ambassador to become peaceful yourself. And a little more stronger peaceful than just the peace of going to upstate New York, sitting in some waterfall or looking at the moonlight. That's good, but a little more dedication and a little more, what is it? Deep, insightful peace that comes from within. And there is a very beautiful concept that the Brahma Kumaris has and lives and practices, and it is summarized in 2 words that you may have heard, maybe even have used yourself already, and that is Om Shanti. Anyone here hasn't heard it? Maybe a few. But it is these are 2 words that are used within the institution, at least amongst ourselves. And it means, it has a very deep meaning, but simplified, I am a being, a spiritual being, Om, And Shanti means peace. I am a spiritual being and my innate nature is peace. And this is a very beautiful word to remind myself, who am I truly? I'm not this body. I'm not the things that I do or the achievements or the position or the possessions. I am a being of consciousness, a spiritual being. And in essence, my innate nature is one of peace. And this habit of using these words and using them also to greet each other is a very nice practice to sustain your peace. To look at the other and see your brother and see another spiritual being, a soul, who is innately also peaceful. And if I am experiencing myself as a peaceful being, and I look with that attitude at you, it's a very different way of relating. And this is a very nice, simple practice to nurture your own peace and to spread peace. Can you see in people's eyes feelings that are there? Inner state is reflected often in the eyes. So if we can share with everyone you meet, even if it is 1 second, but that vision where you reinforce for yourself, I am peace. I'm a being of peace. And you also. And silently you can do this. You can walk down Fifth Avenue, thousands of people walking past, and you have that vision and that attitude. You yourself will be flying, but that message will reach others also, silently. And so being an ambassador of peace is not necessarily about writing big articles, publishing them, getting them signed by all kinds of people. That can also be helpful. But being a true ambassador of peace is living your life with these simple incognito practices, where you remind yourself to have peaceful and loving thoughts, where you remind yourself to have thoughts that transcend the mundane. Not because we can walk on the street and we know, oh, this one is wearing this one's hair is like that, this skin color like this one must be just a refugee, just come in the country, this one homeless, this one. We can walk on the street like that, or we are submerged in the fight we just had with our boss, or whatever, some funny. We can be like that. Then we are not ambassadors of peace. Maybe we are ambassadors of peacelessness at that time. But to have these simple, daily, moment to moment practices where you create that inner awareness of the true self and your true nature, what is beautiful about yourself and what is wonderful about yourself. And try and connect with that beauty in others too. Whether they behave like that or not doesn't matter, but at least you are looking at them with that vision. And you are giving that gift of at least vibrations of peace, of a vision of peace. Now, this is a simple way to go about it. Now, again, what is peace if we would put it in a bigger context? What means peace for you? How can I be in a state of mind that I can do that? You have to be kind to yourself, of course. Meditation. Meditation definitely is a very good practice that helps you. There are many forms of meditations. In any form, there might be lots of benefit to at least get a hold of what is going on inside. But one way to understand peace is a state of inner contentment, a state where there are no desires. Because what makes us peaceless is ego and desires and attachments. I want this, I need this. We get up with these thoughts. Oh, I want this. List all these desires that need to be fulfilled. And of course, we go about our daily activities to get certain things done. But what is my motivation? Deeper inside, am I coming from a space of neediness, of wanting, of desiring, or am I coming from a space of serving, a space of sharing, a space of where every interaction becomes a gift, a wonder? And so to come to that inner state of contentment, fulfillment, we need a deeper practice, of course. And definitely meditation is one of those practices. You need a certain outlook on life, an outlook on the world, and a certain understanding of who am I, a strong sense of identity, of self. And in today's world, we have created a world culture. Of course, certain cultures less or more, but we have created a world culture where our identity is based on what we have, on what we have acquired, on what we have attained, and on the people we have managed to accumulate around us. So I feel important because this person is my friend, or this person is my partner, or this person is my family member, or this person praises me. So we create a sense of identity based on others, and of course on what they achieve or have achieved, or what we can accumulate. And that is a bit flimsy, because that can change anytime. So to come to a deeper practice where you recognize and experience and emerge the innate goodness that is there within the self, whatever that practice is and whatever that works for you, but to bring out that innate goodness, that innate peace, then you are an ambassador of peace. And to dedicate, to make a certain commitment to yourself, a certain promise to yourself, that I will nurture that peace and that goodness within me. And what is within you, it will naturally find its way into the world. It will find its way into your words. It will find its way into your actions. Now as growing up, we used to be a news, how do you call that? News anchor, I think. Someone who shares the news, and on television, I don't know now, I guess it still happens. You are trained to put your face in a certain state, no? With a certain smile and a certain way. And so you could see she had a smile, but her eyes were not smiling. Yeah, the eyes were not peaceful. The eyes were not, because whatever is inside, you can fix this here, even with all kinds of things. But what is but what is inside, what is going on inside, the feelings, the thoughts, it will find its way into the world. So these are simple practices. Check your thoughts, check your perspective on life. Instead of counting your misfortunes, count your blessings. Is that difficult or is that easy? You see? You have many blessings. Sometimes we ask, no, those who have heard can't say. But I'll ask this crowd, what is this? And Sharon can't say. Sharon knows the answer. What is this? Back of the hand, very good. What else? Skin, what else? Blood, feathers, bone, muscles, very good. It's all of that. But it is also a miracle. Miracle. You know, you feel like that. This is a miracle. We don't see it generally, but it is a miracle. It can touch, it can hold, it can do all kinds of things. And what is this? Another miracle. What is this? Another miracle. Yeah, another miracle. This, another miracle. What is this? That is also a miracle. Yeah, very good. This is a man-made miracle. Zoom. That is also, I don't know how it works, but it works. People from all over the world can connect with each other in a second. If 50 years ago, I would have told my grandmother, you know, there will be a time in a second we connect to China. She would say something wrong with her. What used to be considered impossible is, but there's so many miracles around. But we have created a mindset that sees dark and gloomy, that is suspicious. To be an ambassador of peace, to shift your mindset and see miracles. You wake up in the morning and you say, wow, so many miracles. You see others, they smile at you. This is another miracle.
No, I was saying they say every day you wake up.
One moment. Can you say it so that Zoom can hear?
No, what I was telling that they say every day you wake up is a blessing.
Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Every day is like a gift of God.
Yeah. So this peace, ambassador of peace, it is not like, what is it? Some difficult, complicated thing. You take one practice, one point of attention, and stay with it and build it and become strong at it, become expert at it. Then you will become an expert ambassador of peace. And they will call you to share your expertise. And maybe one day CNN will come and ask how you do that. But even if they don't, it is not for that. It will find its way. And peace, there are two funny ideas going around this word peace. One is that peace is just absence of war. So if we fix all the wars in the world, no country is at war anymore, we would be at peace. I'm not too sure if that would be the case. Because physical war, it starts in the minds of man. No, so real peace will have to start here also. Just having peace treaties doesn't really stop the war inside. And so we have to find a way, a method to come to that more peaceful inner state and to begin to shift our perspective on self and on life from that I need, I want, I desire to a state where we experience the fullness of our own being and the beauty of our own being. And one way to do that, of course, is through meditation and through the experience of a living relationship with the Supreme, one who is ever peaceful, one who is ever loving, one who is ever pure, ever wise. And company colors, no? Company, what is it? Company influences us. So if you are with someone who is peaceful, what happens to you? Your speed also comes down. Somebody always rushing, your speed also goes up little. Now, if we take the mental company of the Supreme, if we align our thoughts, our minds, our feelings, our perspective with the Supreme, that will emerge that higher nature within ourselves. And if inside we are peaceful, will there be war outside? If no one even understands fighting, there will not be fighting. So this other idea that goes around, some funny idea about peace, is that we can establish peace with guns, with weapons. We need more weapons. We need to weaponize ourselves to be safe. The fact that I feel I need weapons already means I'm insecure inside. It already means I'm already peaceless inside. It already means that I don't have the ability to pacify myself and inspire peace in others. My father used to say, violence is the last, I'm trying to translate, is the last option of one who is incompetent. It is a Dutch phrase, but I used to always inspire me. When you can't, when you don't have a certain inner power, that is when you resort to violence. And then we use violence to try and control situations. We all must have experienced it. Someone doesn't listen, so you raise your voice to try and impose. But that is not really peace. That is just oppression and trying to control. But a real peace is when you inspire goodness, when you inspire kindness, when you inspire beauty through your own being. So how many peace ambassadors in training, as Michelle said, do we have? Yeah, few are raising their hands here. I am also raising my hands. A peace ambassador in training. So we have started this idea of inspiring people to commit and make a promise for themselves, with themselves, for themselves, to one peace practice. But that you stay with it. And of course, one day you forget or one moment you slip, that's okay. Practice will make perfect. You stay with it. You choose for yourself. What is the peace and absolute non-violence I'm going to give myself as a gift, and give myself, give the world that gift, share with people you live with your community, with whomever. And we will have monthly meetings for those who have interest to nurture your commitment to peace. Come together with like-minded people, with people who are also committing to a practice for peace, and share with each other and see if we can inspire each other. And you already heard Sister Tina has been the driving force behind this, what to call it, project, initiative, endeavor. And there are many others, of course. Mission, there is, of course, there is Michelle and Sister Anjani and a few others. So let's see how far we can go, how far we can bring it, this.
Simple practices. I picked one, but I don't want to tip my hand. If you have an idea.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, can you say in the mic?
Yes, thank you, Sister Rona. That was really succinct and very, very comprehensive of what,
Yeah.
the training is.
Mhm.
But can you give some
Practical.
ideas, some practical, that one thing that we can do?
Yeah.
And you said to stick to it.
Yeah,
Not-
stick with it.
Okay, thank you.
I'll give a few. No? One with which you can help yourself tremendously. Eat in peace. Eat sitting down. No cell phone. Eating, how much time you take? 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Take those 10 minutes and eat in peace. No rush, no in. Be aware of all the factors that have brought this food on your plate. And have a sense of appreciation and gratitude for that. And use that food to feed the body so that the body can perform actions of benefit, actions of benevolence. Eat in peace. If you can't commit to 3 times a day, at least 1 time a day. Eat in peace. And eat in peace means you sit down, you don't walk or stand or lie down. You sit down at a table, put your plate, and you take time to be quiet with yourself. That is one. Another one, we all have people around us who push our buttons, isn't it? Anyone who doesn't have any person who push their button. You pick one person. Tina is saying it, sometimes it's more than one. You pick one person who pushes your button, and every day you take a minute and you consciously create beautiful thoughts for that one. And if you can, even spiritual thoughts, see them as a spiritual being too. And through your mind, nurture that peace and that love within yourself. And see that in the other too. Wish that for the other too. And if they can be spiritual, it is even more powerful, those thoughts. This is another simple practice. You don't have to do it when they are in front of you. If you can, it would be great. But at least every day, 1 minute, you take time to create beautiful thoughts about yourself and the connection with that other person. How would you want that interaction to be in the future? That is another thought. All the practices around gratitude are very useful. Every day, at the end of the day, write down 3 things that you are grateful for and experience that gratitude. That is another practice. Another nice practice is learn to meditate and do it consistently. More?
before I have a tendency to talk a lot. So before I respond to someone now, I try and take a breath of peace. So it gives me that pause to respond in a kind way.
Yeah.
And that's
Right.
one that I signed at Peace in the Park.
Very good. Very good. The other one that I shared during in the beginning is that vision of peace. Om Shanti. You reinforce the awareness that you are a being of peace, and you look at others like that, especially when you walk down Fifth Avenue or in the subway. That is another practice.
Sister Rona, I want to share one.
Go ahead.
Let me put the camera. Yes, I want to share. Last year when I received the rack in the mail, it came a sticker with the words on Shanti, and I put on my door. So right there, yeah, whoever doesn't know, most of the people don't know the meaning. So then I explain, and it brings that idea that they can find peace nearby, or that I'm peaceful. It's good.
Very good.
Yeah, another thing is, I don't know if I heard from you or was another sister. Before you answer the phone, take a deep breath, right? Yes. So then you will transfer peace instead of transfer hurry or anxiety. Yeah, there's many things. Yeah, and if people knew how good it is to eating slowly, it's good for your digest to begin with. Yeah.
Yeah. One final practice before. Do we do the promise now? Yeah. One final practice that is also very useful is every one of us sends messages. Messages, WhatsApp or text message or email. Before you click send, first you be in peace and you send thoughts of peace. And then you click send. At least 10 messages in a day you do like that.
Yeah, it's good.
Aparna, and then we'll go to the commitment.
I quickly wanted to share a practice that really helped me. Was stopping to live in the past, at least making that attempt. Every time the brain makes that loop and like pulls me back in the past, I try to create a peaceful thought for myself. And once I became more peaceful with myself, I was able to emit more peace around me. That sort of empowered me to be the peace ambassador. Thank you.
Okay, so now everyone will here, at least at the center, you will get a card for your promise. And so those who are on Zoom at home, you take a pen and paper or some of your Pages app. Yeah, and so on this little card, it says, I, and then you write your name, am a peace ambassador. I will ... for peace in the world. And so you fill in what you will do to contribute to peace in the world. Everyone has a pen? Need a pen? Hmm? This is for you. It is not for anyone else. You stick it above your bed or on your computer, wherever, to remind yourself of the practice. Now, this is very useful. Write for yourself down something, and maybe better not on your phone, but on a piece of paper that you then put above your bed or on your night or on your desk, wherever, so that you are repeatedly, easily reminded. Okay. And I don't know if you can see this. Actually, I should have. Can you see the peace badge?
Yes.
Joanna, the mic is covering. If you just pull the mic a little bit down or up. Yeah, now we can see it.
It's big enough.
This is visible. It says,
Yes, it's visible and we can read it.
I am a peace ambassador. You should actually zoom in a bit more. Can you see now?
Yes.
So everyone here at the center will get a peace badge with their commitment.
And the Zoom?
And all the Zoom are invited to come and get their peace badge.
Joanna, may I request you to readjust the camera?
Huh?
Yes.
September,
Yeah, and when and
September 21st.
Hmm?
September 21st.
No, and the next meeting will be on September
30th. So they should come for that
Please,
for the
yeah.
batch. You don't get batch on the Zoom. Sorry. You
Be
have to
there.
come in person.
I'll be there, you know, right?
Yes.
So the next meeting is a long meeting. It is a meeting from 2 to 5. It's on a Saturday. What date? I want to repeat the date. September 30th. And it is in Global Harmony House in Great Neck. From 2 to 5 p.m. And it is in Global Harmony House. What is the exact address?
So the next meeting is on 30th of September from 2 p.m.
You
to
have to
5
move
p.m.
little bit.
in Global Harmony House. And the address is 46 South Middle Neck Road, Great Neck, New York, 11021. So you're more than welcome to join us.
And you can always call the center and we will
Yeah.
give the address. This is the follow-up session for this session. And each one, bring one at least. You
Sister,
come and
we
you
need
bring
to
at least
readjust
one
the
other.
camera.
Inspire others to be ambassadors of peace. Yeah.
Do we have the format of the program also to share?
It will be shared later on, not at the moment, but Tina is typing the address and there will be a flyer with the program also. Invitations will be sent out. Yeah. Okay, then now I would like to invite Sister Anjani, who will guide us in deep peace practice. And the thought, Om Shanti and good evening. I choose the simplest practice, I think, which everyone knows, including a child, and that is to put a dot. And the dot means full stop, point. And when I put that full stop, I begin new. When I put that point, I become essence-full. So let's explore for a few moments. Sitting quietly in this environment of peace. This space is an experience of a living and lively peace. It feels as though there is so much life around us. Externally, there is space. And it helps us to shift within ourselves and to experience that I am the being of light, the one who is experiencing peace internally as well as externally. Just become aware in this moment. You, the being of light. In the state of awareness. And the feelings peace is essence for I am. This point, becoming aware of this point, I become quiet. So quiet that I can feel the silence within. And this point changes everything around, that takes me into a direction that I do need to go. I am the being who guides my thoughts. And so, where would I like to be? What would I like to feel? As I create the thought, it is as though the waves of the ocean flows with peace. Very gently. The thoughts flow from my inner world into the outer world. Feel the vibrations reaching far and wide. Unlimited.
And it is this peaceful vibrations, my thoughts, my feelings, that easily gets connected to God, the Supreme, the ocean of peace, who is also a point, the point source of all the qualities I need to remain peaceful. The parent who provides for me everything that I need, so that all the desires that creates peacelessness is left behind. I only need that which will make me peaceful. Which will create a life of peace for myself and peace that I can share by being peaceful with everyone I meet. And so applying the point, being the dot, putting a full stop, transforms anything that I need to, so that the experience of peace flows contagiously. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. So, this was explained to you already. And this is a little piece of sweet. Is anyone here for the first time? The Brahma Kumaris, you are at this center, but you're in Great Neck. And so this is a little piece of sweet in this box, your little goodie, and your peaceful sweet. It was made with love. And on the box, it says, I am a peaceful soul. So that's the point. And this is the card that says, save the date for September 30th. And this is your card of blessings or good wishes. The card that will help you to be peaceful. So that when you keep that which you wrote on your paper as your thought, this will help you to support it. Right? So this would be, like this one says, you are a truly benevolent soul who uplifts others for the healing power of your good wishes. So when someone is giving you difficulty, what you remember? This is blessing. We really need just even one word like breath, the point, blessings, anything that is, very significant in your life. It will really support the experience of peace. And imagine in this room how many of us and we create another group and another group, then what will it look like? A big one, right? So that's how, let's keep moving it by our own experience of peace and sharing peace. Om Shanti. So each one will get, and so our family on Zoom, this is for you first. Yes? Because you have made effort to join us this evening on the Zoom.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
our sister is saying here, the next miracle would be, how do you get it over the Zoom? You can open your mouth and I can put the sweet in the mouth. And there you go. You have it in your
Imagination.
mouth.
Imagination.
Huh?
Use our imagination and then we feel the sweet.
Yeah, use your imagination. That's right. It's made from dates and nuts. So there you go. You know the taste of dates and you know the taste of nuts. You put it together, and that's what is in this little box. Okay, very good.
Okay,
So we will share this with those who are here.
just as a reminder, no, we extensively said, but the next Peace Ambassadors meeting is in Great Neck on the 31st, the 30th of September. But there are many activities with which you can sustain your peace throughout till the next meeting. So don't wait till the next meeting to again nurture yourself. There are many activities with which you can nurture yourself and sustain the commitment and the practice that you have done. So that next meeting, we will all be glowing and bringing many other peace ambassadors.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so. And thank you everyone for coming and joining us.